As always, guys, this is just for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to go over the cultivated meat sector, cultivated fish, or even dairy sector in Europe. Europe was actually the very first to produce lab-grown meat burger, now more known as cultivated meat or cell-cultivated. And since then, it looks like Signapore has approved chicken, multiple versions of chicken by EFSA, and you have Qatar building factories, US building factories. So what's going on is Europe starting to lag behind. Europe was the first to serve lab-grown meat. Where is this going? So let's start maybe at the cradle of everything. So we have the website of Mosa Meat. So let's do a short recap on the history. So you had Mark, Post, and Peter. They came up with the idea of lab-grown burger in 2006. In 2013, they served in London the first lab-grown burger. And since then, since then, they've been working on enhancing their product. They made a big step in 2019 when they removed all animal-based serums or anything else animal-based from their product, which was really important to them. They wouldn't have proceeded if they wouldn't have managed that. They also got additional investments, and in 2021 or this year they started on upscaling their production. But we're not seeing them into the stores. We're missing out on the regulatory approval. So what's happening there? When do we get that regulatory approval? I'd like to go to another blog post of Mosa Meat from October, where they actually got a 2 million grant. Again, this time to replace one of the growth media that they currently are getting from the pharmaceutical version sector to some more cheaper sector, because they're currently focusing on reducing those costs. I think that's going to be really crucial the next few months for them. The good thing is the research is ongoing, the investments keep going. Definitely it's not as easy to get the investments in as in Silicon Valley, but you can't really see that there's a lack of investments. Mosa Meat got a lot of investments in 2021, especially in February when I think they did a big round. So yeah, politically, we're starting to see a little bit of division in Europe. So the Lega party in Italy, they were very strongly against cultivated meat. They didn't agree with that subsidy. And then you have the Minister of Agriculture in France, who said very clearly no against lab-grown meat. And I think, yeah, when you look at the countries where you see cultivated meat being researched, being developed, you're seeing Spain, you're seeing Switzerland, you're seeing Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, so all countries surrounding France and Italy, basically. And I think what we're going to see, division between European countries that support this and don't support this. And the countries that don't support this, they risk falling behind. They risk that their meat on their plate is going to be imported. They can't really just start to enact boundaries for food once we have that European approval. And that food will at some point be cheaper than the classical fish, dairy, and meat. And if France risks to become a museum of classical agriculture, a very polluting museum, if I may add. So hopefully they will get a government change. Of course, yeah, the agriculture sector in France is extremely important. But that's just why they should have a primary role in now supporting cultivated meat. And I think they have only a very, very small window left. As I said in a previous video, Europe, we missed the internet revolution. We completely underestimated how big the internet was going to be, and we refused to invest money in that. And now what we're seeing is a lot of countries in Europe have learned from that, like Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, Spain. But unfortunately, a few of the other countries are again about to miss another revolution and risk just becoming a customer of the countries who do invest into that. So I hope that yeah, they get on board. And what we do hear sometimes an argument, whoa, well, you only have 80 cultivated meat companies worldwide. Well, look, this is basically the meat processing companies, and what you see actually that right now it's already in the hands of the top companies, especially in the US. So I think, yeah, that's not going to change. If anything, yeah, this will bring it to more companies, and at least companies with a vision for the future. Although some of these companies, Tyson, JBS, they have been investing in cultivated meat already. But I have another thing on that, and I'll come back to that. I first would like to go over this article. So it was on the Food Navigator, and basically here they say that they are, what we're currently waiting for in Europe is the regulatory approval. So the European Food Safety Authority has already stated not a single company has already requested if they can start to sell food in Europe. And what we saw here, that the last approval process of novel foods would take at least 18 years. You might have some iterations, and so that would mean that you would need 24 till 30 months for approval. However, since March, the European Food Safety Agency has made it a little bit more simpler. Basically, they're going closer towards a Signapore food style, where they allow cultivated meat companies to start talking with the EFSA, like a dialogue, before they request approval. And that should really shorten up the process to hopefully a year and a half instead of the 3 years it might have been before. So then remains the question, when are companies going to start requesting regulatory approval? And here is a very, very interesting article. It was from 3 weeks ago. Basically, Mosa Meat, Mark Post from Mosa Meat, director from Mosa Meat, he is saying in the coming 6 months, Mosa Meat will ask for approval on meat to the European Food Safety Agency. So that would mean that in about 2 years, the cultivated meat will come back to Europe where it belongs, and hopefully will start to finally have a progressive role again. So really keep your eye out. That means before the summer, we're going to see that approval process started. They also say something very interesting. He's saying, yeah, we're still ahead. So Mosa Meat says, we're still ahead, we're still #1. We might not be able to pick up as much money as in Silicon Valley, but we were first to market, and we are smarter. He also states that maybe one day the technology will be so advanced that people might be able to just grow food at home, like we can grow plants at home. So very, very promising. I think 2022 will be a very, very interesting year in Europe and the rest of the world for cultivated meat. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm a small YouTuber, so if you like my channel, please like, please subscribe, and see you next time.